viewers of BERBICE, and welcome to the United Forces special program, Guyana Needs Youth. My name is Jasmine Adrian, and tonight in studio we have our presidential candidate of the United Force, Ms. Marissa Nadir, one of our youth representatives from Region 5, Brian Adrian, and Dr. Victor. So before we go any further, we would like to say a prayer.
Okay. Almighty God, eternal Father of all mankind, we beseech you to bless Guyana, our land of many rivers and one people, to cleanse it from all evils, unite all our families into one nation, and help us develop our country's resources, that in social equality, justice, and brotherly love, we may enjoy together security, freedom, and happiness. For your honor and glory, we pray. Amen. Yeah, that was the prayer. So now we have Marissa going to say something.
First of all, we know that many persons have expressed to us in our outreaches that they have not seen enough or seen the United Force coming out in terms of big rallies, big public meetings, a lot of advertisements and media coverage. Our response to that is that we chose the outreach system in terms of our campaign so that we can interact on a one-on-one basis with our supporters, and it has been beneficial for us as a party in addition to the supporters and the persons who had questions, because a lot of the questions and a lot of the concerns that persons had, we were able to address it. The other side of that is that indeed we may not have been able to cover all areas in Guyana. We have depended on our social media and we have depended on our television programs in order to get our voice and our plans out there. Going into this, a lot of persons have asked, why at 32 years old did you, Marissa Nadir, decide that you were going to take this step? This was a decision of the party of the United Force and the executive, and I accepted their nomination and I accepted the position of leader of the party. Why did I do this? We accept and we know that young people in Guyana, we are qualified. We know what we want, but a lot of us do not take the conscious decision to take a stand and to start fighting for what we want and for what we believe. What I would like to say to you, the youth, and the citizens of Guyana, is that you are the ones with the power. You decide who governs, not a government working and deciding that they own or they will be the sole government forever. It is the persons, the citizens of our country who make that decision. If a government is not working and is not doing or fulfilling their responsibilities adequately, you are the ones who can vote them out.
Okay, Marissa, thanks for shedding those lighting those issues I sure may be pondering on the minds of Barbicians. Because I know many persons want to know, looking at you as, a little girl, why she want to run from this. But I know when I believe in you, I believe in the United Force, that we can make the difference in Guyana. So I'm encouraging you, young, the old, male, female, please go out and vote early on election day. Every vote counts. I know a great friend of mine, he always say, the difference between pass and fail is just one mark. And one vote, I know for sure, can make a difference. So I'm encouraging you to go out and vote, and do it correctly, and vote wisely.
Likewise, one vote can make a difference. One seat, a parliamentary seat, can make a difference. Having said that, I know that I said and I did indicate to the party that we were not going to address this issue any further because we kept addressing it over and over on many programs, on many forums. But it is a question that keeps being asked by a lot of persons. Should you regain your parliamentary support, what is the United Force going to do with its seat or seats? Our answer to that is very simple. We vote for the best interest of the Guyanese people. So for example, if a budget or if a bill is being tabled and it proposes that we're going to put, let's say, $5 million towards education or a technical institute in a region like, let's say, Region 9, where they don't have such facilities, and we agree with the persons who are being awarded the contract, because the local contractors right there in Region 9 can perform and can build that facility, we will support it because it is in the best interest of the people. If let's say a hospital, or they're proposing to build a hospital in a region or an area that has a hospital already that isn't functioning to capacity, you would not get our support because that would be a waste of taxpayers' dollars. So what we are going to do is basically force you to do what is in the best interest of the people. No particular party will automatically be getting the United Forces support in Parliament.
Okay, our Prime Ministerial candidate, Mr. Roy, he just joined us in studio. Roy, would you like to share something to the people of BERBICE, say something to them? You know, elections is just a few days away.
Okay, thank you very much, Jasmine. My respected viewers, I greet you with a greeting of peace, and may God Almighty bless all of you. We are here at the last lap before the elections on Monday, and so I want to encourage you to vote for the United Force. If you are fed up with the PPP, don't stay at home. Go and vote for the United Force. If you are disgruntled with the APNU, don't stay at home. Go and vote for the United Force. If you felt betrayed by the AFC, then don't stay at home. Go and vote for the United Force. And if you said, I will not vote for anyone because all of them are the same thing, still go out and vote for the United Force, because we are not the same thing. We will never betray you. We will never join any party without your permission or without discussing this with you. We will only support things that are better for Guyana. And so all of you should come out and vote. Presently, the feeling is that the TUF will get at least one seat. That is the feeling on the ground. And the major parties, they know about it. And so they are already talking about TUF being the balance of power in Parliament. So come out in your numbers and vote for the United Force, because one, we are not like them. We are not people who are shackled by racism, by discrimination, or by old politics. We are people who are genuinely caring for the needs of the people, because this is what we have been doing all the years. This is what we have been doing to support the people, the poor and the needy, and the orphans and the vulnerable. And we want to champion the cause of these people. And so come out in your large numbers and vote. Some people, some young boys, they told me at one of the house visits, they said, everybody say that PPP and EPNU, they are the bigger party. But if all of us come together and vote for the TUF, TUF will become the bigger party. So it is you who make those parties big, and you can make the TUF, the United Force, big. So come out in your numbers and vote on Monday for the United Force. Why should you vote for the United Force? Because we of the United Force, we have vision, and we have evidence to prove to you our vision. You can go to our website, theunitedforcegy.org, and you can see our manifestos from since the 1960s coming on. And you will see since 1997, the United Force had propagated for the development of the ICT sector, the information, communication, and technology sector. And only now, the PPP and the APNU put it big in their manifesto. But since 1997, we already had it. Since 2006, we were talking about the anti-money laundering unit and the counter of terrorism unit. And now, this was, in the last 3 years, this was the biggest problem for the PPP, to get the APNU to support the the anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism bill. But since 2006, the United Force already spoke about this. Why? Because we look forward, we look into the future, and that is what we should do. We should work ahead, and we from the United Force, we have this vision, and that is why you should vote for the United Force. Thank you very much, Jasmine.
All right, what Paul just said, that someone told him that it is the people that makes a party big, but it's just not about the party big in numbers in terms of members, but the big vision that the party has for the country. I was, walking. I went to get some things at the shop like about 3 days ago, and someone met me, and the guy said to me, "I want to join your party." So I said to him, "Really? You actually watch those programs?" He said, "Yes, man. I don't feel another party deserves my vote, but I would like to vote. So I feel that the United Force is the alternative." And it's so pleasing to see that people really understand what we're about and are prepared to support us. We have Dr. Victor in studio. I'm sure he would like to say something to encourage you viewers about the elections.
Hi, good evening, BERBICE, and good evening, Guyana. What I would like to remind ourselves, Guyanese, is that we need to vote, we need to create our own change, and we can't give no one particular party absolute power. That will only bring chaos. Remember that. We have two large parties and a few of the small parties. I'm suggesting, it's my humble suggestion, that we divide the votes so that we can have a balance in Parliament. And if we have a balance in Parliament, I believe that we will have more representation of the people of Guyana. Okay, so May 11, come out, vote, 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 come early, vote, secure your space, and let every vote count, BERBICE. Let every vote count, Guyana. Vote for the TUF, the United Force, the name of our party, the United Force, for a better Guyana. Okay? We are constituted with about 65% in the party of youths, the executive arm, youths, and now we're asking you, Guyana, to participate with us, share with us, and let the dreams of all Guyanese come true. Thank you.
I think we have a caller. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Hello?
Sorry, we lost our caller. Hello, good evening.
Hello? Good
Yes,
evening.
good evening. Pardon me? We've been joined by two of our BERBICE activists, Mr. Dio Singh and Mr. Kamrad Singh. We were just recapping of the party and urging our supporters to come out and vote. Anything that you two in particular wish to add, especially you, Mr. Singh?
Well, first of all, I would like to welcome the United Force to BERBICE. And not only Guyanese youth, but United Force, for me, is the voice of BERBICE. And I would like to invite all the BERBICians to think before we vote. Right? This party here was founded by Mr. Peter Digar, and he was the founder of Banks DIH. And look at Banks DIH from 1964 to now. That's the way this country and BERBICE would have been. But nobody listened to him. Alright? And what I found out that in BERBICE, where employment and investment is concerned, BERBICE is a weak house. It's dead, left to be buried. We have been neglected so much by the past and present administration that we cannot bear it anymore. That's why you see that young lady who's sitting there. I trust that's the young lady, Miss Marissa Mudir. She's a presidential candidate for United Force. And we're going to put her to answer for us in Berbice. I speak on behalf of Berbice of the neglect we've been getting for the past 25 years, more than that. And she's going to represent us in Parliament. Whatever happens in Demerara will have to happen in Berbice. I'm sure 90% of the people in Berbice, some of you will disagree with me, but some of you, most of you will agree with me. All right? Because the current administration says that we have so much they have done, so much they have spent in education in Berbice. I would like to know when these people graduate, if they're going to go and work in the sawmill. They have a lot of people who CXC and they have grade 1 and 2, they're packing shelf in the supermarket. They're working in the sawmill, they're trying paddy on the roadside. I didn't hear. You saw it. Every day you see it. But we're going to change that because that young lady there, Ms. Nadir, she is going to sit and represent us. She's the voice of Berbice. That's my main focus here this evening with the United Force. All right, so my friends, we only have 3 days away from elections. In this life, don't make the right choice. Make the smart choice. Think. Every living thing that God created cannot live without the sun. And the sun rises from the east. And Berbice is on the east. All right, and we've been neglected so much. Why is that so? Well, we're going to send a strong message to the current administration and whoever is there. Because that's who will be sitting on that seat after May the 11th. It's not going to be an ordinary seat. It's going to be a boiling hot seat. Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes.
I call in to tell you that you're doing a good work. What I'm saying is that you there is not ridiculing anybody. Since PPP come on this program, they ridiculed AFC from Barnum till to Jagan and till to this. But what you're doing is very good, and I'm going to give you my vote.
Thank you very much.
A lot of persons have actually said the same thing, and for the United Force, we have always campaigned on the issues. As the youngest leader there is in this political race, I do not see, and I relate to many of the young people telling us about the past, ridiculing, cursing, whatever they call it, the approach that they're taking. And in all my years of campaigning with this party, this has been the worst display, in my opinion, by the other parties of a campaign. No one except the United Force has told the electorate what their plans are, what they are going to do, and how they are going to fulfill their responsibility as a government to the people to provide a better quality of life for the citizens of Guyana. And as the leader of this party, I undertake to make sure that our party stands by not only its plans, but the charter and the morals and principles of our founder fathers, that we are not going to go down the negative road of campaigning, and we will stick to only the issues. Hello, good evening.
Yeah?
Yes, good evening.
Yeah?
Good evening.
Good night.
Maybe speaks a different language.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Go ahead, Ron.
The time is short that we have on this program, and we have another TV program at 7 o'clock, which would be on Little Rock. So we ask that when you're calling, could you please speak up and be to the point?
Television, kindly turn the television volume down.
Hello, good evening.
Hey, good evening, my also.
The United Forces program. Guyana needs you.
Oh, okay. I just have a little problem. I'm living in Somalia. I don't know my police area. That's just not understanding.
The Guyana Elections Commission has a website that you can actually put your name in or your ID number or both, and it will search automatically and let you know where your polling station is. The address.
Oh, that would be on our Facebook?
On our Facebook page, we have the link to that page. So you can check the United Forces Facebook page and you will see the link to that site.
The United Force Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay then, thank you.
You're welcome. You want to say something? Okay, sure.
Good night, viewers. I am appealing to the voters for May the 11th. It's very important because whichever government, when we see on television, make government, whichever party will make government, we still going to need, voters will still need people to represent them because it's very important. If we have one seat, we still going to represent. If you have 10, we still going to represent people because the people will always need representative and representation. What I saw on the television for the past 3 months and so, I want the rice farmers to understand very clearly, government don't plant rice. So whatever they say and whatever, as farmers, you know what you're passing through. The hard labor and you need your money. The sugar workers, you know what you're passing through. Government don't plant it. If government say they build roads, your tax, the loan that they take is your tax that they cut with a whopper chopper. Your money your tax have to pay for that. You, your children, your grandchildren have to pay for it. So please understand, it's not government billing anything or no party billing anything. It's your money billing it through them, right? So please understand it very clearly. I'm begging, please give us your support. We're going to represent you. We out of government, we still representing people. And a lot of you know that. You come for the assistance, we are helping you. So please know what you're doing on May the 11th. It's very, very important. Some of you know that you're still undecided. But please decide that the United Force, TUF, the sun, look for the sun. Please mark your X very careful. Because say if it touch the line, then we can get nothing. You call it spy. But please make a decent X in that box. Look for the sun. TUF. You cannot forget the sun. You know what is sun. You're born, you know what sun.
We can't live without this.
You can't live without sun.
No living
I'm
thing. That's God's
appealing,
son.
please look for the sun on May 11th. Vote early. Please, voters, soon you finish, home and wait for result. We don't want no disturbance at all. Everybody is going to accept the winner. Thank you.
Back to what Kemo said. First of all, actually in Region 1, I was there up to Wednesday. And one young pastor said to us, listen, United Force never got a chance. Why don't you just tell the people that you are asking for an opportunity and that you will prove yourself within the next 5 years? And it was something that I never really thought of. And indeed, we are asking for the chance, especially when it comes to the undecided voters. Do not waste your vote. Do not exercise your franchise of going to vote. It is your democratic right to vote. And like I said, every vote counts. As regards to the decision, the electorate, you, the people, are the ones who decides who is going to be your government. We have always encouraged our supporters, and we're asking everyone to please accept the results of the electorate peacefully.
Peacefully. Yes, definitely.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I like what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
And what I want to ask, what guarantee, right, that we get that what your father did, I mean, that is in the past.
Right.
But then when he got the one city go and join up with, and I can't blame you for that.
Right.
But then, because everybody have a mind of their own.
Exactly.
But what guarantee we get when you get the seat, if it's 1 or 2, that you won't like align with the government just to do what they say, like,
Right.
you understand?
I
You don't have to
understand.
join them, but
Yes.
what guarantee we get?
what our plan is once we get our parliamentary support. And caller has said something that many persons have been asking, and it's a legitimate concern.
Yes.
A guarantee that Marissa Nadir will not join and automatically give support to the government or any particular political party, as Marissa Nadir has been there since 1991. The executive of the United Force has learned not only from Mr. Mansour Nadir's decision and the party's decision at that time to support the government, but Mr. Peter Degar's decision back in the 60s to join with another political party. And we know, and we are fully confident, we know what our capabilities are as young people, and we do not need to vote or automatically join with a particular political party. What our plan is, once we get our parliamentary support back and something is being tabled in Parliament, we are going to consult with you, the people, before we take decisions by ourselves as to whether or not we are going to support whatever it is that's being tabled or whatever the budget is.
And the viewers need to take it into consideration that as a party, we are dependent on you to support us. And take into consideration, if we do not do what you want, you have the next election to take us out, take back the seats that you have given us, take back the support that you have given us. I'm begging you, if when we enter into that parliament, if we're not doing what you want us to do, kindly go against us, speak against us. And nobody can do anything. That is your democratic right as citizens of Guyana. And this is what we should do for all other parties contesting the election. If you vote them in and they don't represent you, they don't give you what you justly deserve, get rid of them. This is all that we're saying. Give us a chance to prove that we can do it. We can make Guyana a better place for all of us. We can make BERBICE, Demerara, Essequibo, all over better for all Guyanese. Give us 5 years, let us see where we'll take you. After that, you can give us another chance. If we're doing well, continue to support us. If we're doing not so well and you think we deserve to be placed out of Parliament, then take us out. This is all that we're saying.
We're fully confident that we will be doing exceedingly well.
And we don't want to come out. We are not here today to come out from politics 5 years from now. We are here to stay, and therefore we will stay by ourselves. We don't want to make the mistake that that you trust us and then we betray your trust like how other parties did to betray your trust. We will always stick by our promises to you, and so we ask you to continue to support the United Force. And May 11, vote for United Force, vote for honesty, vote for people who you can trust, vote for people who have demonstrated in the past that they are trustworthy. We have a call on the line.
We actually are out of time,
Okay.
but what is going to happen? We are going to be on LRTBS at 7 o'clock. So viewers, you can join in then, and those of you who have not been able to call in on this particular program, we can continue this at 7 on Little Rock, LRTBS. Wrapping up, we have about 1 minute. 1 minute. Who wants to say?
All right, just before we go, I would just like to remind you, and just, I always like to say this, the United Force is a very humbled party, and that is one of the core principles that we have kept from our founder, the great Mr. Peter Degar. And we remain committed to the people of Guyana, and we remain committed to Guyana. So on elections day, you go out there, use your conscience, vote wisely. Look for the rising sun, that's planet symbol, and you put your X neatly.
Okay, I'm a young voter going out and vote for the first time, and I'm going to vote for the TUF because I truly believe in them. Marissa Nadir, she's a very wonderful person. I'm going to vote for the party. I mean, we're the electorate, put them in. If they're not doing a good job, we can simply just knock them out.
Yes.
Yeah,
All the
simple.
first-time voters should follow you.
All the first-time voters should follow me. Yeah, you can
Thank-
follow me on Twitter too.
Seeing that we're out of time, I'd just like to squeeze this in. Correlation is something very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Now, let me tell you how dangerous correlation is. Now, let's say you're going to date a girl, right? You're going to hustle a girl then. And you take a friend. You can't go as yourself. And you take a male friend with you. what do you think that male friend will do to you? He will take away your girlfriend.
No, you are correlating
That's
with the girl.
correlation. That's what correlation is about. It's clearly speak for itself. So my friends in BERBICE and the entire Guyana, DTV is not here in the entire Guyana, but my fellow Barbicians, I'm appealing to you. Alright? That sun is made by God. That's God's sun. And it rises from the east. So again, I'll remind you, don't make this the right choice in this life, make the smart choice. Vote for the sun, the united force, and I name it Terrains United Forever. May God bless you and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, let us butt us to